By the end of this video, you will learn how to identify and fix 6 of the most common mistakes players make in pickleball. 2 from the baseline, 2 from midcourt, and 2 from the kitchen line. These are the kind of errors that quietly steal points, even if you're playing against someone who isn't necessarily better than you. So if you've ever left the court wondering how you lost to someone you felt you could beat, stick around. We're gonna clear it all up. Let's start at the baseline with a move that feels natural but actually sets you up for failure: serving and immediately stepping into the court. What tends to happen next is predictable. The return comes back deep and now you're forced to retreat, often hitting the next shot while moving backwards or off your back foot. That's when control goes out the window. Your power suffers, your accuracy drops, and you end up popping the ball up for an easy counterattack. Instead, stay grounded. Serve, then stay behind the baseline. Let your feet plant, get set, and be ready to move forward only once you've read the return. If you naturally step in a little on a strong serve, no problem. Just take a small shuffle step back right after to stay balanced. That one adjustment alone keeps you in a better position to hit a controlled, aggressive third shot. Still on the baseline, let's talk about returns. One of the most damaging mistakes is returning the ball and then freezing at the baseline. Maybe you're hesitant to move up, or you've just never been told that this isn't the optimal play. But make no mistake, the longer you linger in no man's land, the more vulnerable you are. After a return, you should immediately start making your way toward the kitchen. You don't need to sprint, but there should be deliberate movement. Why? Because playing from the net offers a huge advantage. In fact, data analysis confirms that the team spending more time at the kitchen line tends to win more points. By staying back, you give your opponent more angles and more space to exploit. By moving in, you take away those targets and shrink the court. Make it a habit. Return, then run. Now, we move into the midcourt, the transitional zone where a lot of chaos happens. One of the biggest errors here is moving forward too much without thinking. You've seen it before. Someone hits a drop or a drive, and their partner automatically charges up to the kitchen without checking the quality of the shot. If it's not a solid drop or drive, guess who becomes a sitting duck at the net? The fix is simple. Evaluate before you move. If your partner hits a great shot, then yes, move in confidently. But if the shot floats or sits up, hold position and wait until the next ball. Of course, if you're playing with someone really consistent, you can start creeping in a little more and applying pressure, but only if you're sure the shot is good. If not, that pressure can backfire and make you the easy target. This one's also a midcourt problem and ties closely to the previous mistake. Think about how often you're moving as you swing, especially when you're hitting or when your opponent is about to hit. Movement during those moments drastically increases the chances of error. Whether you're rushing a high ball without setting your feet or shuffling through your opponent's contact point, you're sabotaging your shot before it even happens. What you want to develop is a habit of stillness. Before hitting a shot, especially if the ball is coming in high, stop, stay balanced, and just as important, be still when your opponent is hitting. That's where the split step comes in. It's a small, quick hop that helps you stabilize and prepare for the next shot. If you make that little adjustment, being still at the moment of contact, your error rate will plummet. Let's shift to the kitchen zone. One of the mental traps players fall into is thinking of the kitchen as this mysterious danger zone that they should avoid stepping into at all costs. But here's the truth. You can step into the kitchen. You just can't volley from inside it unless the ball bounces first. But the bigger shift in mindset is to stop seeing your kitchen as the problem and start focusing on your opponent's kitchen as your opportunity. From the midcourt or transition area, instead of trying to hit past your opponent, start thinking about dropping the ball into their kitchen. That's your friend. That's your best way to take their time away and buy yourself space to move forward. Hitting into their kitchen means they have to stretch or scoop, which puts them on defense and gives you time to gain better positioning. So the next time you're stuck midcourt, resist the urge to attack if your opponent is already well positioned at the net. Instead, softly target their kitchen to change the rhythm and reset the point on your terms. Let's now focus on the most common kitchen line mistake: backing off too easily. Picture a standard dinking rally. Players get up to the line, but with every incoming shot, one of them starts retreating. They give up ground out of fear, unsure of whether they should volley or let it bounce. This constant movement in and out, what we could call line hopping, is inefficient and dangerous. It gives your opponent more time, lowers your contact point, and increases your chance of errors. The better strategy is simple: hold the line. Unless the shot absolutely forces you to back off, stay up. Take the ball out of the air when you can. This takes time away from your opponent and lets you strike the ball from a higher contact point. Every time you let a dink bounce when you didn't have to, you're giving your opponent extra seconds to prepare. Staying up not only saves you effort, it also keeps you in control of the exchange. Let's close with one of the most underestimated killers of consistency: taking big swings during fast-paced hands battles. It's natural to get excited when the ball pops up in front of you, but long, exaggerated swings rarely end well at the net. This game is fast. Often, you have less than half a second to respond. Trying to wind up and crush the ball often results in sending it long, or worse, into the net. Instead, think compact. Keep your paddle up and in front of you in a ready position. Stay tight and keep your follow-through minimal. Quick, efficient movements win hand battles, not big, dramatic flourishes. The moment you overswing, you throw off your timing and leave yourself open for a counterattack. Remember, the faster the pace, the tighter your technique needs to be. This applies not only to your initial swing, but also to how you recover. Expect the ball to come back, fast. If your swing carries you out of position, you won't be ready. A tight, punchy motion with immediate recovery is what will help you win those rapid-fire exchanges. Each of these 6 mistakes has one thing in common: they don't require superhuman skill to fix. They just require awareness and a shift in mindset. Whether it's staying back on the serve, freezing on the return, charging up midcourt without thinking, or retreating from the kitchen line, these are all avoidable errors that cost way too many points. Focus on just 1 or 2 of these adjustments the next time you're on the court. Serve and stay balanced. Return and run. Hold the line. And most of all, stay calm and compact when things heat up at the net. You'll start to notice more rallies going your way and more matches ending in your favor.